we hit a service call, and it was a mystery leak. And it was, I mean, they were like, a company came out, added refrigerant the day before. It's completely out again today. And so normally I was like, okay, that's a high side leak. That leak is somewhere in the condenser. And, man, we looked and looked and looked and looked, finally found it in a wall, in the bathroom of the master suite where it's coming up. I mean, we were out there for like 3 hours looking for this leak.
Oh man! Now, what kind of leak was it? Was it somebody put a picture through the wall with a nail or something? What happened?
No, it was just a nail that had been sticking out and had been rubbing on it for about 3 years. The house was only 3 years old. And it finally just kind of rubbed a hole into it. And what I ended up having to do to find it, because, you know, when it's behind the wall, it's hard to find, was I had my son on the second floor. We kind of figured out where it was running through the walls on the first and second floor. And I cranked that. I mean, it was whatever it was leaking out. I cranked like 400 PSI of nitrogen in that thing. And finally, my son's like, I think I hear it in this wall. I hear something kind of tapping. And so we went ahead and cut open the drywall and found it right there.
You heard that nail fly out of the wall. You know, pew!
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, and then they're talking about tools real quick. I still use torches, you know, oxyacetylene. I don't even use the turbo torch. But at some point, I think I want to go ahead and move on to the press tool.
Really? Yeah, I've used that press tool before, or at least the RLS version of it. And I've always been oxygen acetylene my whole life. So that's always what I've been used to. Why do you want to move to the press tool?
Well, this one, you don't come across those too often where they're behind a wall, but this one where it was coming through, it was so close, and it was really hard to solder this thing and not catch the whole house on fire.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? That's all right. You don't have to use it all the time. You can just use it whenever you really want to, I guess. So, yeah. That's a good idea.
They're still new, and, you know, they've been in the business for 3 years, and, yeah, they can solder, like, stuff on the outside. I still, like, if we have an install that they're doing on a Saturday, I still come out and do all the solder points. I don't let them do too much torch work unless I'm out there supervising them, because they've got 3 years in the business, but that's just a thing. I kind of walk away from it, and that's where an accident can happen. And so I'm thinking what I might do is get them press tools so that they can do it, and only when they're using it, because how often are they going to be, you know, trying to solder something or do a repair leak? That's just the way I'm going to be on it, because I'd rather have that ability for them to be able to do it and not have to worry about a fire.